One of the things we recommend is pay particular attention to spelling and phrasing. Obviously, there are certain words that are spelled just a little bit differently in the US versus the UK. It might seem like common sense or not a big deal, but look, a lot of people in the US have never been outside the US before. So they see something like globalization, they might think that's a misspelling and not understand that it's actually just spelled differently in a different part of the world. So you don't want your company to look like it's making a misspelling in your job description. I would also recommend that in the US, when you're posting jobs, is spell it out. If it's a remote or hybrid work, those things are in flux as companies are trying to decide what their policies are going to be. And a lot of people who are seeking jobs really want to know that. If you are providing remote or hybrid, spell that out. One of the major ways that employers compete for talent or differentiate themselves in the talent marketplace are the benefits that they bring or offer employees. And one of the most complex things about doing business in the US, not only on the recruiting side, but in general, if you're coming from the UK, there's essentially one government entity. When you come to the US, there's a federal government, United States government, and then there's also 50 state governments you have to contend with. And a lot of the rules on employment and HR vary by state. So it gets very complex.
Yeah, I think I read a stat recently actually that said something along the lines of 50% of Americans would take up to a 30% decrease in pay for better benefits package. And I think it really highlights that not having any medical cover at all, for whatever reason of not taking out medical insurance, you may break your arm and you could be $10,000 down effectively overnight. So ensuring that you have got those benefits packages in place can really ensure you attract the best people that I think from the UK sometimes we can slightly overlook because we just think of one sort of medical package, if you like, which is the NHS of cases. But now you may be offering remote working and you don't really know until you've hired the person where that person's going to be working or living. So it really is about understanding if you're trying to attract somebody from New York, you need to be paying New York prices as well.